Hey, this will be a video chart on QASP. An absolutely wild day today. The requests have been pouring in, asking kind of what's going on. I checked the news and they raised their authorized shares. So I think, well, not I think, I know that's the reason for probably the panic. Uh, Obviously freaked some people out, but had a nice little bounce at the end of the day. We're going to take a look at the 5 minute chart and look at the bounce and so forth. But right now, when I say this statement, remember it is from a daily chart perspective, an overall chart perspective, not from a day trader's perspective that bought a pair. But the chart is still hanging in there, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. But so far, it's okay. It bounced right where it needed to, and the daily chart is still bullish. It's still hanging in there. Could that change here within the next couple of days? If this sort of downwards volume keeps up, then yes, that'll change pretty quick. But if it does start to settle around right where it is, then the daily chart's hanging in there. If you've watched my other videos, you know about this trend line, and this is actually a great example on the power of charting. So all I'm going to do is use this area and then this area. So we had it bounce off here, it bounced off here, and then look at that. Came right down to that trend line and bounced again. So actually, I was talking to some people on Yahoo Messenger and AIM saying, "Hey, I'm bidding down here at that trend line." I never picked up any shares, but I was, talking with people that had orders set down there. Some of them got filled, some of them didn't, and they are already in the green now with the end of the day. So just a great job by some of recognizing this. But from the daily chart perspective, this was a trend line, that I've been talking about, and the one that's been needing to hold, and it still has held today, just like you needed it to. So this uptrend line is still intact. It did provide support here, but obviously today's action really shrunk the distance when it was up here. It was way far below, but now after today's action, don't have too much space to where it's at now. So that's kind of the area where you want to watch and make sure. So let's look at the 5 minute chart real quick. Obviously, you can see right here is where I'm guessing the news came out or something came out that caused the people to panic. It went down here as an initial bounce. I actually tried to play this one, but I didn't get any shares. So I was going for this bounce, never got any. But here was a trend line that we mapped out, and so you can see it came down here, found support right around this area, and bounced up. So the last you can see, basically, last half an hour, last 20 minutes, was the bulls kind of regaining strength or trying to at least. So this will be interesting to see if this continues tomorrow or not. But the latter part of the day, the last 20 minutes or so, it was with the bulls in charge, starting to push upwards. So hopefully this is the end of it in terms of the end of the downfall. And like I said, this is the green line, the support line that you want to see hold strong. So if anything, if it pulls back again, you're going to want to see it kind of bounce around here because ideally don't want to see it close below there, or else that kind of violates, or not kind of, it does violate that trend line that the chart's been working so hard on since December 1st to start to create. We've had multiple bounces off it. Had this one that's close enough, had this one, and then today had another bounce. So this line really has been doing a good job. The bulls have been very stubborn there, which is good. But the bears, they made the big push today. The bulls dug in, but we'll have to kind of see what happens the rest of the week in terms of making sure this trend line can hold. Now, let's say the trend line does fall. The next area of support that you're going to want to see if it can hold up is just this previous low right here, which is at 0.016. And then if 0.016 falls, then you're probably looking at seeing some prices down here in the range of about 14 cents or so. But so far it's held, so we'll just leave it at that. Resistance wise, I'm not really even concerned about bounces right now. I think the important thing is just making sure this line holds. So if we get a few sideways days here, that I think be best for the chart. Odds are that not going to have some just big green day tomorrow where the price shoots back up. That really doesn't happen, and when it does, it's the exception and not the rule. So the remainder of the week, I think the focus should just be making sure this hopefully line can be maintained. If it doesn't, then ideally you'd like to see this level hold strong as support, and then hopefully the stock can get things under its belt again and maybe push upwards. But for now, the chart's hanging in there, but we'll have to see how the bulls do defending this trend line the rest of the week. If there are any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message and I'll do my best to help you out. And if you have not yet, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook. And with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It's all free, no strings attached, so it's worth at least signing up and giving it a try. One more time, this was QASP. Thanks for listening.